Hello, my name is Becky Buttons, and in this troubleshooting video, I'm going to talk about why the front of your button isn't sealing to the back of the button. Your buttons are just kind of falling apart. The front or the top of the button is referred to as the shell. So I'll be calling this a shell. And this I usually just refer to as a back or a pinned back or a flat back or a magnet back. So in actuality, this problem is usually fairly straightforward and simple. Unfortunately, there's several mechanisms that can cause it. So figuring out which one is relevant to you is the trick. But essentially, what's happening is the shell just isn't coming down far enough to meet the back in the smoosh action. So if you have this style of machine, they're usually red, they've got the handle on the top and the die table that slides back and forth. These are made for use with the thicker backs, so a really easy solution for that is just a couple of washers down inside of die B. Because these dies were made for use with this thicker plastic back typically, if you want to switch to a thinner metal back, you have to use something in the die that will hold it to the right position. These are just two 1 3/4 inch washers, which I will put down inside of die B, or the crimp die in this machine. Okay, so here I'll demonstrate the problem. So we'll put the shell, graphic, mylar into this die. All right. So as you can see, this did not work at all. The shell did not crimp to the pin back. Now I will take the washers and put them into die B and put my pin back in on top. Next, I'll make a magnet with a metal flat back. If your machine looks like this one with the removable dies with the swiveling base, these function just like, pretty much just like these machines. And this solution will work just fine for that also. So just put 2 washers in die B and you're good to use metal backs. If your machine looks like this Tecra machine is sold in the United States, typically made in the United States, this should never have that problem. This one is made for use with metal backs and should always be able to work properly with metal backs. If you bought this machine from me, give me a call. I will help you out immediately. But if you didn't buy it from me and you want to try to solve this problem, sometimes the handle will be obstructed because there's a bolt in here that is a little bit loose and obstructing it in this pull, usually. The other thing that can cause this problem is that there's something jammed in the upper die and it's stuck in this up position, right? So like if your machine looks like this when it's in its upright resting position and there's a whole bunch of space right here, okay, this is healthy and correct. This is something's jammed in there or something is wrong, it's incorrect. But do not put metal utensils inside of here to try to clear a jam like this, because that will cause more damage than will help you. Usually I'm able to release these jams by just going like that a few times on an empty crimp die. But yeah, if you have one of these machines and you're using metal backs and they're not sealing, the buttons aren't sealing together nice and tight, that is a problem with the machine that needs resolved, rather than trying to use washers. That won't work typically on this type of machine. Sometimes also this die can be screwed down so tight that it is also at the wrong height. So that a little hex key underneath here can loosen that to be where it's just clearing this die. And as long as nothing is jammed in there, you should be able to seal your buttons properly with this machine. So that just about covers the reasons that I have seen these machines not seal the shell to the back properly. If this helped you at all, feel free to leave a comment, or if you're still having trouble, also feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help get you back to button making. Thanks so much for watching.